Yo, what's good? This is Rashad Farrow at Universal Unity, aka Love I Am. I hope everyone is doing wonderful today. I know we're living in crazy times as of late, so I hope everyone is saying their gratitude. I hope everyone is tapping in to gratitude and tapping into their creativity and some aspects and things of themselves that they have not been familiar with in a creative way, in a different way, because we're in times of change right now. As we can all see, things may take a wild turn. Who knows? I choose to be in alignment with the timeline, my own timeline of peace, joy, and harmony. I choose to elect myself in my own life to be a beneficial presence on this planet and to evolve on my spiritual and human journey. You know, a lot of people in these times are feeling great effects because of the election. A lot of people in these times are very stressed. They think this is going to be the end of America or the end of something for them. And with all these people in America vibrating so low because of the effects and what they feel is right or wrong, who they feel is right or wrong. And one of the biggest reasons why these things in the outer world, yes, I know most people believe that these elections are true. I know there's people out here that believe that the presidency is real. And I understand that. I definitely do. That's what we've always been led to believe. That's what we've always been told by our parents, the news. It's what surrounds us all the time. I tend to believe that it's deeper than that and that the truth is below the surface. But the reason why, not even only the reason, but with so many people being in low vibrations, meaning anger, disharmony, distrust, doom, doubt, worry, fear, separation, questioning, with so many people in these vibrations, all these people are affecting the ones around them, you see. And the number one thing that can combat, but not even combat, because if you're trying to combat something, then that means you're not letting it be, you're not letting it flow. But the way we're able to live in the world that we live in now, the way we're able to live in these times, in these circumstances, in the collective aspect of things, and even through our own individual lives, is we got to start to learn to practice a level of detachment. You see, detachment doesn't mean that you just don't care. Detachment doesn't mean that you don't have feelings. Detachment doesn't mean that you're psycho. You see, when you are attached to an outcome, when you are attached to the way you think a circumstance or thing should be, then that thing has control and effect over your consciousness, your well-being, your state of mind, your emotions. Someone once said that if you're shooting webs like Spider-Man, sticking to everything around you, where are you going? Nowhere. The more things you're attached to keep you stuck. And not only do the things you're attached to keep you stuck, but it drains your energy. Because what you're attached to, you give power. They say what you're attached to becomes your God. And in a way, it does, because it controls you. So how does one become detached but still be in the world? The thing is when you start to practice a level of detachment, being in a state of presence and being, where you allow circumstances and situations to flow through your awareness, you're aware of it, but you view it from a perspective where you're not attached to an outcome. You view it for what it is. You view the situation for what it is. You view it from a higher perspective. You think, or not really think, but what are the facts of this situation? What can you control in the situation? You view it from a higher level. You view the circumstance, the feeling, the situation, the thing, the person. You view them for what it is. You view the situation for what it is. The truth. If it's another being, you view them as their soul. You don't speak to the ego part of them. You speak to the soul in them. You speak to the divinity in them. You speak to the aspect of them that is the creator. And you see it for what it is. You cannot change the results of the election now. That just is what it is. Now, are you going to let the effects of the election continue to drain your energy? Are you going to allow it to keep you in a bad mood and dwell on things that are out of your control? Or you can view it from a level of detachment. When you view it from a level of detachment, you're not attached to an outcome. When you're not attached to a certain outcome, then you don't get emotionally affected by whatever it is. When you're attached to an outcome, when the thing that happens that you didn't want to happen happens, you get upset, you get angry, it affects your energy, you lower your vibration, which makes you susceptible to more negative things happening. It makes you more susceptible to negative influences around you. It makes you more susceptible to your vices and addictions. It makes you more susceptible to procrastination, many things. Now, when you view it from a level of detachment and you view whatever situation objectively to your highest ability and your highest awareness and consciousness that you can hold in that moment, unattached, it has no effect on you. And because you're not attached to it, you're able to operate from a level of love. When you're not attached to an outcome, when you're not attached to a situation or circumstance, then whatever they do, whatever happens, has no effect on your energy and state of being. And because it's not affecting you emotionally, you're more able to act and be within your heart. If someone does something that you don't like, you're not attached to it. So since you're not attached to it, it doesn't affect you. You just view it for what it is, and you're able to love that person or that circumstance or situation unconditionally, despite what they do, despite what happens in the world, despite what's going on around you. I feel that it is very important at this time that we become aware of what we're attached to that isn't serving us. It's time to reflect, to meditate on, so that we may reveal the aspects and parts of us that are not serving us anymore. Become aware of your vulnerabilities. Become aware of what is tough for you, what triggers you. Become aware of these things. What are you vulnerable to? And that way, when that situation or circumstance pops up, or that person inadvertently, they may not even know, pokes upon that aspect of you that needs work, instead of falling to a default mode that you subconsciously do when that happens, you're able to more consciously choose a higher route or look at it from a higher perspective. You see, when we're not aware of our vulnerabilities, when those things are pushed upon, we fall into a default mode that is usually avoidance. Or if it's not avoidance, it's doing something that you don't really want to do, like not saying no to someone, or agreeing to someone when you don't really feel that way, or trying to avoid a conversation or whatever it is. You instantly will fall to your default of trying to get out of that situation or whatever your default is. And maybe you are aware of it, and in that moment you don't feel good, or maybe you're not aware of it at all and it's subconscious. So you need to become aware of your vulnerabilities, so that when these things are pressed upon, you can begin to activate a level of consciousness where you're able to heal these things, look at it from a different perspective. I see that a lot of people are emotionally affected. And because I have and practice a level of detachment, instead of feeling bad for a person and allowing myself to sink down to their vibration, because people often lower their own vibration to resonate with someone else that is feeling down, because they think it helps comfort them. But really, you're just lowering your own vibration, and it's not good for either of you. Realistically, not really, well, yeah, realistically, one should hold their high frequency in love and compassion. Do not attach to said thing. Hold your high frequency of love and compassion. View it with a level of detachment. That way your emotions are not affected. They're not attached to the outcome. Therefore, it has no effect on your well-being, and you're more able to express, receive, and give love, and have a level of compassion. That's the high vibration of empathy. Not lowering your vibration so you're vibrating with them and sad with them, but having a level of detachment so that you can express true compassion. And through you having true compassion and love, you'll lift them to where you're at and help them feel better. I love you all. I love you all so much. It's getting dark, so I gotta cut this one. And I just felt at the times we're in, this was an important subject to kind of go deeper on. Radical peace and blessings. I love you all so much. Peace.